anybody who comes in here and their first project is one of these big renovations or something like that, I think that's foolish.
You're either not going to buy a property or you're really going to regret whatever you buy.
Yeah.
If someone has never invested in real estate and they had $40K to get started, what would you recommend they do?
Where are they located? I think that's an important question. Are they here locally, or are they an out-of-state investor? What are you thinking?
They're not here. They're, let's say they're Southern California.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't trust these long-distance investors. These guys from California. All right. So fundamentally, I think you need to learn a little bit. And I think anybody who comes in here and their first project is going to be one of these, big renovations or something like that. I think that's foolish. I think that is, I think you can be an investor that does value add from a distance, but it is so incredibly hard to get started here in real estate investing. I made every mistake in the book, and I hope you'll give me a couple minutes to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah,
I came in here into the Indianapolis market, and I started with a turnkey, and that was totally the right approach. I bought a $74,000 rental, something like that. It was 1505 South Leland. You guys can look it up. I don't own it anymore, so I don't need to hide the address. And you can go back. It was back in 2017 I purchased that one, and I didn't know what I didn't know when I went through that process. I didn't know what the buying a house looked like. I didn't know how to do an inspection, how to negotiate during the inspection window. I didn't know how to hire an effective property manager at the time. Obviously, now everybody can just call Intrigue and you're good to go. But
thanks.
Yeah. But I didn't know anything when I got started here. And if I would have taken on a major renovation at that point in time, like, these are the hands of somebody who types for a living. These aren't the hands of somebody who knows anything about construction in the grand scheme of things. And I would have lost my shirt because I wouldn't have known what questions to ask. So fundamentally, that you're talking a little bit about what somebody should do. I think somebody should probably buy a turnkey and then continue saving their money until they are ready for number two to do whatever that next step is. I know you guys have done quite a bit of construction in your time. It's hard. Contractors suck to deal with. That's the reason off-leash construction exists, is because I got robbed by so many contractors that I said, screw it. Like, I found one good one. I'm like, you're going to just come work for me. And then everybody started asking if they could use them too. And that's how, we got here. So fundamentally, buy a turnkey, learn that in that first transaction. And then on transaction number 2, go do the value add type thing if that's what you're interested in, or just continue to go down the more turnkey route and find an incredible property manager to manage it. Don't be foolish, in my opinion. Hire a property manager. You're not that good at managing from a distance. Like, I promise you, whether it's short term or long term, what you'll pay a property manager is way less than the headaches that you will have, and probably the financial impact you will have from not having a competent local property manager. So many people are penny wise and pound foolish, and try and save that 10, 12%, whatever it is, and do it themselves. And yeah, I think that would be the approach that I would recommend. I've made every mistake in the book. I learned something on every single transaction, literally every single transaction. I've done over 200 now. I still learn on every single one. So assuming that you've got the entire picture because you've listened to a couple podcasts and read Bigger Pockets, I promise you don't. Like, I promise. And so learn, use that $40,000 as the cheapest education that you are investing in yourself and investing in your future. And it's not like it's gone once you spent it. It's there in equity in that home that then you get to carry forward and grow.
Yeah. Man, I think that's great advice. I just need to, when I have new client consultations, I just need you to just come in briefly just to say that.
Well, I'm talking against my own book here. So as the contractor here, I'm talking against my own book, but fundamentally, everybody and their mom has read about the Burr process. I'm sure everybody and their mom has watched Tariq El-Moussa kick down a wall in Flip or Flop with Christina. And so everybody wants to, everybody wants to do that. And I get it. Unfortunately, that is such a difficult game. And there are so many people who are willing to pay more than you should because they've all watched those same same YouTube videos, the same videos themselves.
Everybody's just hyped up on that sort of romanticized real estate renovation experience.
Yeah.
And man, I'm already thinking about like, I just want to clip this segment and I'm going to like have like an email that goes out when somebody says, I want to do the BRRRR method.
Yeah.
cause I talk to, it's weekly. I talk to so many people that are like, I have, 25 grand and I specifically want to do the BRRRR method. I want to add as much value as possible. And I want to start with a property that costs $50,000 and work with a hard money lender. And it's like, I'm just like, you're either not going to buy a property or you're really going to regret whatever you buy.
Yeah. It's going to be so bad. All right. Well, for anybody who Ryan isn't able to talk out of the BRRRR method, I think there are a couple of things that you can do to really be effective if you're going to be effective. Again, I think that you should do a turnkey to start. You're going to learn a ton about the actual transaction process. But if you're like set, this is what you're going to do. ARV your after repair value needs to be above $250,000. You don't have enough fat on any deal under that amount to actually be effective because something is going to go wrong during that process. I generally advise north of 300, but like 250 is like the absolute minimum in my opinion that you can be effective. If you've got an under $1,000 rental, like your vacancy rate's going to be absolutely stupid. Like, you put 5% on there, baloney. You're going to be at 12 to 20% actual vacancy rate when you take into account the fact that you're going to have turnover time, you're going to have non-paying months. Like, again, these are all the things you don't know at that point in time. Getting back to my couple of quick rules, like, 250 plus, you're probably going to have to short-term rent it. Like, that's going to be the only way you can potentially cash flow, or you have a chance of being cash flow neutral, of being cash flow like even when you take into account like a long-term rental, which is a win in the grand scheme of things. The other thing I'll say is like find the ugliest houses you can. Like if it's just, I just need to do the kitchen and the bathroom and paint, and you think that you're gonna get anywhere near like all your money back out, you're wrong. There's something you don't see. There's information that you don't have. My personal advice is I like to find the ugliest houses. I want knob and tube wiring. Everyone freaks out when they hear knob and tube wiring. I love knob and tube wiring. I'm like, that's my money right there.
You can check out our full library of episodes wherever you get your podcasts.